Hi, my name is Tory McGrath, and I did my winter externship at Bell & Evans Processing Plant. The plant is located in Fredericksburg, Pennsylvania. Bell & Evans is a high-quality poultry company. All their chickens are fed an all-vegetarian diet and never given antibiotics. A unique process performed only by Bell & Evans is sending their chicken product through an air chilling chamber. This slow chill process is more effective in tenderizing the meat. During my week at the Bell & Evans processing plant, I was able to get a better understanding of how the chickens arrive at the factory and what the final product looks like at the end. I followed a supervisor around each section of the plant. Each section of the processing plant follows the same regulations and has the same standards to ensure a healthy, clean product. All cuts of the chicken that are not good for human consumption get collected and shipped out to be made into pet food. A new addition to the Bell & Evans plant is collecting the feathers, drying them, and sending them to be made into oil absorption products. The parts of the plant are live receiving, evisceration, cut-up, packaging, tray pack, and deboning. The first day I was given a tour of the entire plant and its facilities. I spent the second day with the live receiving supervisor. He is in charge of the chickens entering the plant, going through the carbon dioxide chambers, the slaughtering and draining out of the blood, and the removal of the feathers. For the second half of the day, I was with the supervisor of evisceration. This section of the plant makes sure the chickens enter completely free of feathers, removes the innards, and alters and cleans up any poor quality chicken. I spent the third day in the cut-up room. This supervisor is in charge of the chickens coming from the air-chilled chamber. This section sorts the chicken into those that will be packaged as whole birds and those that will move on to be cut up. Then the in-bone chicken parts continue on to the packaging department, where the proper cuts are made to be packaged. The fourth day I spent with the supervisor of tray pack. This part of the plant makes sure the chickens are properly labeled and packaged. The last day, I was in the deboning room. The deboning supervisor is in charge of the chicken parts that need to be cut from the bone into desired product and transferred to shipping. The three main challenges I faced during this externship were language barrier, overcoming the slaughter process, and hearing around the loud equipment. Most of the assembly line workers only spoke Spanish. This was a challenge for me because I knew very little Spanish. I could not communicate with the workers to get a better understanding of what their tasks were. It was frustrating to only hear what the supervisors wanted me to know. My biggest challenge was working in the live receiving section on the second day. I did not like working with the live chickens and sending them through the carbon dioxide chambers. I had difficulty handling the smell of the blood in the draining room. It was hard for me to work in the slaughtering section of the plant on an everyday basis. The machines that were used throughout the processing plant were very loud, so the company requires all people in the processing rooms to wear hearing protection. This made it very difficult for the supervisors to explain anything to me while in the processing plant. The most enjoyable part of this externship was working with the supervisors. They were all very helpful in helping me understand their section of the plant. It was interesting to see how the supervisors handled different situations with their workers. I enjoyed the challenge of making sure each step of the process works smoothly and efficiently. The least enjoyable aspect of this externship for me was working in the cold, damp conditions necessary for keeping the meat fresh. Water is used in the removal of the feathers and the cleaning of the inside and outside of the chicken, causing the rooms to be damp. Most of the day, I felt as if I was being air-chilled along with the chickens. I found that in order to enjoy working for a company, you must first agree with their standards and procedures. Bell & Evans goes above and beyond the minimum standards to get the best quality chicken.